Good Tuesday morning from Indiana. Bill Collins here. We're going to shoot some craps, bet along, try to win some money. Going to double dip on the field bets. I'm starting off with a $187 total bet, $25 units on all the across numbers, $25 on the field, buying the 4 and the 10, we're working on the come out. Using a 21-23 dice set. We got a 41. That's a whopping $10 payoff, but it got me past throwing a come out big red. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to 750, my normal starting bet size. And that is $100 units. 4 times as much, $100 units all the way across. Plus the field, buying the 4 and 10. Bets always work on the come outs. That's a nice straight throw. Another 1-5. I had a 1-4, 4-1 the first time. There was not another one. That's a $40 payoff at this level, and that gives me $50 ahead. My goal is to win $100 or get $1,000 or more ahead per session. And when I do, when I'm practicing out here, I pass the dice, color up, go home with my win. If I was in a casino environment, I'd probably just drop back to a minimum pass line bet and try to make everybody else some money for the rest of my turn. But we ain't in a casino environment, so we ain't going to do that. Throw a batch of throws, just minimum bets on them. 21 is a field bet winner. That's a $100 win. I'm up to 150 ahead, and I've got 750 at risk on the table. Yeah, get back there where we can see it. There's a blind spot somewhere right along in through there. I try to keep the dice, or show them anytime they're in there, because there's a shop light overhead. Blocks your, actually just makes the top of the dice look just pure white. Like a blind spot. We got that one out there. That's a 41. Another cheap hit. Got a $140 win and a $100 loss on the field. $40 net win. I'm 190 ahead. And I throw from the end of the table, 14 feet away, all the way straight out. I use an ice tong grip, thumb and first finger on the very top front outside corners of the dice only. Dice are setting on the table, and I launch them right from the tabletop with no arc in my throw. I aim for the 2 in the field out there, that yellow circle with a 2 in it. That's 3 feet from the back wall. I try to one-hop it into the base of the back wall and have it die there. 23. Another cheapy bet. We've thrown almost all the 5, 6s, and 8s. $230 ahead with that win. And the way I'm betting, I've got my field bet out. Normally the 5, 6, and 8 would cost you your field bet. But the way I'm betting, with even amounts on all the bets, that nullifies the 5, 6, and 8 from stealing away my field bet and gives me a small profit instead. It just nullifies those 5, 6s, and 8s from taking my field. $42. Went all over the place. Another $40 win, $270 ahead. Still got $750 on the table. Push that back up where I know you can see it. Well, I've thrown quite a few throws. It's time for me to go to 374. I believe that's the amount. That's $50 units. all the way across, buying the 4, buying the 10, field bet. 374 is correct. Now I won't lose as much if Big Red pops up. After I've had several good throws, I don't want to turn around and give back everything I've done up to that point. There it is. It never fails. I regress and I throw it. Didn't even mark it in the right spot. It's 25. I'm now $104 in the hole because I regressed. I saved $374. I didn't give it to them. I got to keep it in my rack. And we are not using chips on the table, so you're not missing a thing by not seeing any more of the table than you are. It's being done on a computer on a spreadsheet. I log that spreadsheet every day on my Facebook group, which is Craps Crusher. Craps Crusher. That's a 2-2, and we were working on all our come-out bets. And we were at the 374, so that's going to be a $98 buy win and a $50 field wins, 148, and I'm back out of the hole. I'm $44 ahead. And on that spreadsheet, I put down my left and right die result, what my bet is each time, and it figures up my winnings for me so I don't get any inaccurate payoffs, and it moves the game right along pretty good. I really like it. I always know exactly where I am money-wise, more so than I would be if I was using chips. That was a little weak throw, 55. I landed behind where I wanted to land. I didn't get as far down the table as I wanted to. And that 55, that's another $98 winner and a $50 winner, 148 total. $192 ahead on 12 throws. Been in the hole once. Last 2 throws have been field hits, buy bet hits. We like the buy bet hits. We like the double dip field hits. That's what we're playing to get. There you go. That's a triple payoff. 150. I'm at 342 ahead. I forgot to raise my bet after. We'll just leave it out there. That's fine. 342 ahead. 374 on the table. That's about where I normally bring it down to 374 anyway. I forgot to take it back up. A crap player called Ron the Don asked me the other day if I wouldn't be ahead to just not put my field bet out and put the money on the put the cross bets out. And I bet $750 with $100 units everywhere. And I figured out, I forget exactly, I think it was 118, 138, something like that on each of those, to bet them across without going to field. And he said, see if you won't win more money that way. And I did. I had 99 tosses from the previous session. I put them in. I ran them both one at a time to see what each of them paid. And with the field bet down, on 99 throws, I won over $2,000 more. So that kind of answered his question. And he thought he knew what he's talking about. He said those 5, 6s, and 8 take away from your wins. Or the field bet takes away from your wins on the 5, 6s, and 8s. And that's what's wrong with people that play theory. I got a 1-1. Went from a 12 to a 2. That's a $300 hit. Nope, that's a that's a $150 hit, and it didn't put it down right. I'll make sure I get it right. There we are. Now I am $492 ahead. And like I say, I'm going for the $1,000 win. I always keep that in mind what I'm going for, what my objective is. I'm going for win number 56 in a row of $1,000 or more per session playing this way. And I had a rough session yesterday. 37 sevens, 192 throws, I was down 19,000 something the other odd dollars in the hole. Dug my way out and won my $1,000. Won 1,064. So it would be nice to have an easy session today. That looks like a 32, and that 3 dug in when it hit. That's a whole $20 winner. I'm at 512, but I still got 374 on the table, and I'll probably leave it out there. I'm putting my winnings in my rack, so it helps get me toward that $1,000 goal instead of putting them on the table where Big Red comes along and the house gets to keep it instead of me. That's a pretty straight throw. 22, a double buy bet hit. And it's a 50, that's going to be 98 and 50. 148, and I'm $680 ahead. And I'm throwing 13 throws with versus 1-7 right now. And I'm going to talk less. I've got all my prepared speeches said that I do. I always have to say those things every time I run a video or commentary, because I never know when somebody watches one of these whether they've ever seen one of them before or not, to where they know what I'm doing. So I've got to educate everybody every time I run it. I shorted on that throw, and when I say short, I meant I didn't get as far down the table as I wanted to. $20 win, $680 ahead. After that game yesterday, I deserve an easy session. Greed does not enter my game at all. I let greed stay home. Some players raise and raise and raise and leave all their bets on the table. I've tried that before. I've tried about everything. And this is what works for me best. $20 win, $700 ahead. And that 2 red die is just about in that blind spot. So I'll push it back up out of the blind spot. Fairly straight throw. It looks like a 44 from here. $20 win. I'm $720 ahead on 19 throws. Another buy bet on the 10. 98 and 50, $148 win, and I'm $868 ahead. 17 good throws and 1 bad one. One bad one came in the middle of that string of 17. It was on about my 7th or 8th throw or something like that. Okay. We lost $374. We're back to $434. And I'm going to go to the 187 again. $25 units everywhere across, plus $25 field, buying the 4, buying the 10, and working on the come out. I don't mind losing 178 if I throw these. I cluster my 7s, and that's why I bet small on that come out. I don't want to throw 3 or 4 in a row and really be deep in a hole. I'm pretty good at digging out, but I hate to dig out from real deep. It's depressing to try. I'm short on that one. I landed that right in the middle of the field bets. And it got me, 52. And I was talking about doing just that. I must have not been mentally paying attention on that throw. I was thinking about something else. I think about what I was going to say. That's what it was. So I ain't going to say anything this time. At least I didn't lose 750 back to back. That hurts when you do that. We got that one a little long. We'll take it a little long. We're throwing short. We're throwing long. We ain't on our mark at all. 23 throws so far, and I am 317 ahead. I'm going back to 750. $100 units everywhere across in the field and buys. See if I can concentrate. Pretty close to my mark that time. 22, my bet. That time is 198 and 100's 298, and I'm up to 612 ahead. I knew that red die was a 6 because I could see a 6 on the side laying on the side, so that told me it was either a 5 or a 2. And I could tell it wasn't a 5. And 14 feet away, you get pretty good at reading the sides of the dice. But you can't always see the top real good. $43. I was maybe 6 inches short where I wanted to land it. We lost a 750 on that one. We're at 138 in the hole. I'm going to go ahead and bet that 187 again. There's no point in shooting yourself in the foot with the clusters. When I get in 7s, I throw clusters. I've had 3 out of the last 5 been big reds. I'm going to keep my bet small and try to come out from under that cluster, and when I do, then I can go ahead and win. Bring enough bullets to the fight, and you can go through 37 7s and come out the winner on the other side. And I can do that because I won about $208,000 since the casino shut down here on this table. I'm just shooting like I'm doing right now. So I've got the money behind me to allow me to do it. Otherwise, I couldn't do it. I started out with a one-time $5,000 buy-in and built my bankroll from there. And that's a 63. That's a double dip hit. $60 winner, and minus 78. I'm going to go back to 750. Change my bets up here. $100 units everywhere across and on the field, and 4 and 10s bought. $55. Came back up the table. $295 winner, and I'm out of the hole. I'm 217 ahead again. Push this one back up so that I know that you can see it. Love the hard 10 and hard 2, hard 4s, and with the 2s. My dice set's got 2s on top. 21, 23. 4s and 10s all the way around. And the die went off sideways and it nailed me. And I'm 333 in the hole. I'm going to go back up 187. I'm going to stay. I'm not going to let it clip me 2 or 3 times in a row again. Not big. Not full-size bets. It can get me for a quarter bet. $25 units instead of $100 units. That don't hurt near as bad. And when I'm not throwing clusters, about half of my winnings come from my come out throws. That's a fairly decent throw. That's a 54, $60 win. I'm going to tip the dealers. We always tip the dealers in the casino environment because we are making them work like crazy, changing our bets all the time. And we want them satisfied and happy, so we tip pretty good. 29 throws in. .48 throws is my average per session over about the last 100 sessions. 473 in the hole. I've got to dig out again. I always say you can't win when you're in a hole. That's your number one objective, is getting out of the hole if you're in the hole. Second objective is getting your bets paid for, and then it's off to the $1,000 wins, the third objective. I hit the 2 with that die, got the 1-3, landed it right on the field bet 2 out there in the thing. That's 295, and I'm just 178 in the hole. Those buy bets are paying good today. Four out of the last 5 throws have been field bet hits. That's good. Hit the 2 on the field again. That looks like that is a 62. On that I win 140 and lose 100. Get that win of 100. So I'm 138 in the hole. Once again, that 2 is probably shiny where you can't see it. So we'll push it back out. Take a sip of tea, wet my whistle. One 6 and I short again, short of my mark. I'm 888 in the hole, and I'm going to put my 750 bet back out again. I think I might be about out of that cluster of big reds. Now we'll try to get a good payoff on the come out. Yeah, we threw 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, usually I throw about 6, so we hope that don't happen. I'll just make sure I get the dice down the table this time. Get them down there straight. 53. $40 net win. 848 in the hole. Got my work cut out for me a little bit. I just had a feeling that was the time to leave the big bet out. I've thrown enough now, 33 throws, it probably warmed up. Landed that perfectly where I wanted it, 42. That's 2 inside bets in a row. $40 net, and I'm 808 in the hole. In no hurry. Greed doesn't enter my game. Take however long I need to. What I try to do is to get ahead on the first few throws of my big bets and then cut the bets in half and protect most of what I've won. Try to get a little further down the road each time I shoot toward that $1,000 mark. That's a $100 win on 780 in the hole. Thrown 3 times this turn. $66, we like that. That's a $300 hit. I'm just 308 in the hole now. I'm sorry, 508. 300 from 800 is 500. That type's just a little bit small to read without my glasses on the numbers on my computer screen. 42. $40 win. I'm throwing 5.5 throws between big reds on average right now. And I'm going to go to 374. I've thrown quite a few times this turn, about 1, 2, 3, I was throwing 4. That's about what I average between hits between big red. So it's time to come down and protect what I've won already this turn. Take half my risk off the table. Oh, we're too tall on that one. One die went up on the lip. It was a 1. We don't count it. Too tall. Off the table. Shows I got air under my toss. I got arc on it. Didn't aim to. That one ain't got much of an arc. 63 is a double dipper. That's a $120 win, and I'm 348 in the hole and 374 still at risk on the table, and a train's about a mile from here coming right past us. When he gets here, he blows his horn. It's really loud. We get about 30 trains a day. I'm going to get another toss in right as soon as he, there we go. $23. I won't throw again until he gets by and blows. That's 328 in the hole. 328. Coming out. $25. Got nailed. 375 back. 702 in the hole, and I'm going to go 750. On the come out, working. We're going to start getting brave. Get that feeling by experience that I'm probably about out of this cluster of 7s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought at least 6 I can see on the screen, and maybe some out of view up higher. So we're going to trust that we're about out of it. If I can get my good throw out there. Straight throw, I got a double dip 9, 36. $240 win, and I'm 462 in the hole. Oh, no. 34. I misread that from 13 feet away. We've got to go back and change that. 34. I thought it was a 36. So that cost us. Now I'm going to go to 187. Should have done it that time. $25 units across on the field. Buys. Working on the come out. 2 big reds in a row. And I'm now $1,452 in the hole. This has the markings. This is looking like it might turn into a longer session. I tried to get as much charge on my phone as I could get, and I had my microphone charged up all the way. Let's hope that those batteries last to get this all on video. It did yesterday. 22. That's when I'd love to have had my big bet down. $74 win. I'm 1,378 in the hole, and I'm going to change my bet when I come back and get my dice and come back. I'm going to $1,500 bet total. That's $200 on each across number, $200 on the field, buying the 4 and 10. It'll dig us out much faster. 1-2, the field bet win. $200 win because I raised it. I'm 1,178 in the hole, and we need to get out of there. 42 throws already gone. I'm going to end up, my average number of throws will still be in the hole, it looks like. This is looking a little bit like yesterday's. We're going to see if we can nip it in the bud. We didn't dig any real deep holes up front. We made sure of that. We learned our lesson yesterday. That's why I came out with those 187 come out bets. 42. $80 win, 1,098 in the hole. $1,500 in bets down. That can hurt. Throw a bad number. That's what we try not to do. Just trust your throw. $66, that's a triple. That's $600 payoff, so that's why we bet it that one. That's $600 payoff. I'm only 498 in the hole, and I'm going to go to 750. Reduce my exposure on the table to $100 units on everything across. I'll push this back up where I know you can see it. Gotta love boxcars and snake eyes when you're betting this way. Went up high on the dang. I went up high on the back wall with one die. Got nailed. I am going to go back down now to 174. $25 units. $187. I didn't type it in right. Not a second. $187. $25 units. I am going to be 76 years old in March, and I am not mentally as sharp as I used to be. I have my senior moments. I sure do. We flung that one out there and got a 4-4, a hard 8. 1,238 in the hole. Okay. Go back up to 1,500. $200 units across on the field. Buying the 4 and 10. Always working on the come-outs. One die is kind of laid on the side when it hit. And 1-3 by 4. Double dip bet. $590 win. I'm down to 643 in the hole. Hard to tell the 3s from the 8s on that screen. Oh man, that hurt. I'm now 21-48 in the hole. So we say, let's get brave. Let's double our bets out there to $400 units. It'll take me a second to drop these extra chips. We got 480 on the 6 and 8, 400 everywhere else. Across and on the field. We're working. I'm getting a little hot and my arm's feeling constricted. I got a long sleeve shirt on. I'm going to take it off, get more comfortable. Give my arm a little freer motion. Give me a second to get out of it. Okay. Clip my microphone back on here. Okay.